He just wants you to drink his milk. Don't worry about it. Welcome to Knee Deep. This is a Yandere visual novel where you won the lottery and the prize is 4 Yanderes. Wait, what? Yeah, everyone from your barista to your classmate and even your criminal roomie are obsessed with you. And this is the reason why I have 3 hands. Don't ask where the third one is. I ain't gonna answer. Anyway, here are the content warnings. Now please enjoy yourselves. When I met Riley for the first time, I felt heartstruck? I'm not sure, honestly. First, it was his looks, then his smile, and finally, his passion for absolutely everything he touched. Honestly, I could go on and on listing all his good qualities forever. Hey, kid. His hand suddenly lands on my back. I turn to see his wide, toothy grin, the kind that screams, "Please, punch me!" He looks a little too pleased with himself. Lion, don't embarrass yourself. I know Riley's cute and all, but you just can't take your eyes off of him for some reason. Yeah, I'm not. I look back at Riley. His blonde bangs fell to his eyes. Hey, Riley, do you think I can't take my eyes off of you? Riley's lips curve into the sweetest smile I've ever seen. I am doomed! Maybe. I'm used to it. Lion, right? The professor talks a lot about you. I feel like you'll be my favorite student too. Before I can reply, Liam smirks and quietly backs away to where he stands, clearly satisfied with himself for orchestrating this. I feel like I'm just a joke. For him, our professor. Your work says otherwise, Lion. Let me warn you though, from now on, you're officially my enemy. What? Why? I clearly know that what he said was just a joke, of course, but his smile is so calm, so serene, that I find myself smiling right back. He then holds out something for me, an orange soda can. Got this from the vending machine. It's your favorite, right? How'd you know? Little Bird came by and told me. He shushed me with his finger before I could respond. Who does he think he is? Handsome, cute... Get it together, Lion. It's been 4 months since that happened. Apparently, he's the one who just can't stop staring. Take that, Liam! We're both second years at Pebblestone College of Art, and while he isn't exactly known for being outgoing, Riley's reputation still stands out. Everyone knows him for his impeccable fashion sense, his artistic talent, and his chubby cheeks. In my case, I'm definitely known for academics, being friendly and outgoing, doing stupid shit, my talent in music and art, doing stupid shit. Yeah, first interaction was when Liam set us up, so I can't really grasp why he's been so interested in me lately. Despite my pulling stupid and dangerous stunts, I'm not that relevant. Every time he talks to me, I'm left feeling unsure of how to act. I trace my finger over my phone screen, waiting for the college Wi-Fi to load a page, the little blue dots circling the loading icon seemingly taking forever. Finally, the page loads, and I feel a wave of relief, but then I see the banner. It's bold and bright, with pink and yellow letters that make me blink to adjust my vision. The super lottery? I've heard about this lottery for years, and I even took part in the last one when I was 12. Wait, what? Are we just going to, accept, this obvious scam? Nobody actually knows how it works, but the winner always ends up really well off, getting a superpower, a fortune, and many more as the page announces. Are we going to fall for this absolute sham? The most recent winner chose to remain anonymous, but the one before them, they became a business genius, skyrocketing to becoming the richest person in the world. Before that, there was an actual Superman, and before him, a man who could order shadows at will. I really feel like this is a scam! Are we really doing this? The cycle continues, each winner getting a better prize than the last. I click on apply. My character really has no sense of self-preservation, Jesus Christ. Win a superpower or fortune, many more. Why? Okay, I apply. I do not. Okay, happens every 10 years. Don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. No! I'm trying to click no, but it's not letting me click. Yeah. You have decided to enter the superpower lottery. Thank you. You have successfully registered. Your chances at winning are 1 in a billion. Okay, fine. Next. Well, it was worth a shot. I exhaled slowly, feeling a mix of relief and curiosity. Really? Like, you're not gonna question the fact that this mysteriously popped up on, like, your school Wi-Fi? Why do I even bother? It's not like I get anything. Riley's voice breaks through my thoughts as I'm about to put my phone down. What do we have here? What are you doing now? Oh my God! Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. I just want to know what you're doing. That's all. I swear. He holds his hands up apologetically. Yeah, checking something online, graphic design project, lottery. His eyebrows raise and he looks intrigued. Was it a website with a bright pink banner? Yeah, that one. Riley doesn't push further, but he doesn't leave either. Instead, he sits down next to me, resting his chin in his hand as he watches me with genuine curiosity. It's a superpower website thing, isn't it? I applied a few days ago, too. You must have been through a lot to know that. God, I don't need to go there so much just to see that ugly graphic design. Isn't it ending today? Riley laughing is one of the best views I've had in days. It sends shivers down my spine just by looking at him. Why would he laugh? I think so. What would you want to get if you somehow won? I don't know. Something that would just help me stay awake during class. I mean, there's always coffee. I can't help but notice how hesitantly he says it. Something in the back of my head tells me he's lying. He loves his class. How strange. For me, I'd want to make Riley happy, like the ones in superhero comics, to finish assignments without ever doing them. I guess to make Riley happy. If I have to choose, I want something that could make people around me feel happy. I think that'd be enough for me. Riley blinks in surprise, then smiles softly. You're already doing that, you know, but it's nice to hear. Riley usually sits a few seats away from me during this class. His blonde, fluffy hair falls into his eyes as he scribbles something in his notebook, usually a doodle. Right now, though, he looks at me with wide blue eyes, nodding his head to everything I say. Painting bored me too once. Huh? I've noticed how you haven't painted much, or actually haven't made anything these days. Yeah, don't worry about me. I still like painting. What made you think that? Whenever you come to class, you'll take notes on what the teacher is saying, open Twitter, and then drift into whatever you were thinking about. Yeah, I've noticed how my greatest enemy is losing passion. A meditative silence sinks into the room. And what made you interested in painting again? I think I found a subject I was actually passionate about. I pause, wondering what that means as the professor enters the room, immediately snapping me away from the conversation. Okay, class, you know the little amount of time we have for our lectures. Lend all your ears to me. Professor Elliot, the 50-year-old professor who loves teasing me and the rest of his students, but especially me, speaks in a steady voice. He opens a slide about curating art exhibitions, droning on about the projects we have to do for the end of the year and how much it will impact us. Some students take notes, others pick their noses. A lot of them simply just fight to stay awake. This is worth 60% of your grade. I expect you all to do your best. Now, I'll be assigning partners, as I said. This was a partner work and based on your group work with other artists and how all of you managed to divide roles. I'll be assigning how the two members of the team can either complement or destroy each other while working. Kyle, Anna, both of you will pair up. Next up, Liam. Meet your partner, Nick. I flinch as he finally calls out my name. Lion, Riley, I expect much from you both. Riley shook my hand. Nice to meet you, partner. Let's work hard. Of course. I hope you do your part, unless you want to slack off and leave everything to me. Don't worry about it, Lion. I won't. He gives a fake cough, dramatizing the whole thing. Unlike some others in this room. You two in the back. Riley, Lion, whenever you're done, I hope you can show me the same enthusiasm for your project. Guess we're the stars of the show now. As I was saying, This project is worth 40% of your final grade. 40 or 60? Can you make up your damn mind? He pauses for dramatic effect, letting the weight of his words sink in. A few groans ripple through the room. Riley and Lion, your topic is the symbolism of flowers in art and literature. Huh, that's not bad at all. Could be interesting. For the rest of the time, me and Riley searched online resources and consulted the wise and mighty ChatGPT. Why? Why? You could just Google it. There's a library in the university. Like, why? Red roses often symbolize romance. Media and art usually portray red roses, often in subjects involving passion, love, affection. I believe that many may think they're common, but this could be integrated into our project in a way that could make people go, wow. Exactly. He grabs a red marker. Hold out the back of your left hand. I do as I'm told. He spins his pen, takes my hand and grips it. On the back of my left hand, he draws a little rose, a quick one at that. But his artistic skills show regardless. Its lines neat and consistent. The rose has a cute smiley face on it, and next to it are the words, fighting. This is a red rose for you. I hope that whatever art block you had will disappear in this project. Yeah, I'm sure it'll give me some motivation. Class is over, everybody. I grab my laptop and my bag, but I'm stopped by a tap on the back. Would you give me your number so that I could contact you for the project? Of course, sure. I hurriedly type my number on his phone, one with a neon green casing and keychains of Moomin hanging out of it. Gotta go meet up a friend now. See you later. After I gave the phone back, I quickly rushed out of the lecture hall without a second glance at anyone there. I thought my day wouldn't be interrupted anymore when Liam bumped into me. Hey, you never left the classes late before. What kept you waiting? Not a single apology came from his lips. He teased, knowing I immediately dip out once a class ends. Riley just asked me for my number. That's odd. I thought he already knew your number. What? He tapped his chin as if to remember how. Ever since I introduced you both, I saw your name and number saved on his phone with heart emojis around it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought you two got along so well when I set you all up that you guys became besties. I'm pretty sure. I thought y'all. Wait, what? What? Okay, what did. There are so many problems with this visual novel, I swear to God. Oh, man. I snorted at that. Definitely the wrong number. Wrong name, too. That is not my number. What are you talking about? It's your number, right? And isn't your full name Lion too? No, it's not. I made myself remember it because little old Elliot scolded me for an hour for not knowing my partner's name. I'm dating this dude? Huh? You either have bad eyesight or your memory's screwed. Yeah, I'm sure it's a coincidence. I made a quick escape, ignoring Liam's words, holding my head up high and skipping to the campus cafe to get my daily dose of espresso and eventually Milo snack. Okay, we are being introduced to so many characters as if we already know them, but like none of them have been like established whatsoever, and why are we just skipping along as if nothing happened? Like bro just dumped a whole lot of exposition and we're just like, oh, so he already had our number. Whatever, coffee time. I opened the door to the Café Le Verre, which is just a few minutes walk away from the main building. The doorbell chimes, announcing my arrival. This used to be a minuscule place, but as the only cafe place in campus that actually let students stay, it grew to be quite popular. Today's no exception. The shop is filled to the brim with people either doing their projects or needing their daily dose of caffeine right before their afternoon classes start. After waiting in line for almost an hour, I'm finally able to give the unimpressed-looking barista my order. Relieved even. She sighs right after looking at me, forcing a smile. May I take your order? No, you may not. Oh, screw up, Milo! A familiar voice interrupted. Well, I'm gonna screw you, Milo! A familiar voice interrupted. Milo strode over casually, his height and easygoing figure noticeable. Milo was the barista of Café Le Verre and happened to be my childhood best friend, Since we were a few months old, our parents promptly forced us to hang out since they were best friends. It worked out because I'm still at the same university as him after all these years. Best friends when I was 4? Milo? Age 9? Milo? Age 14? What? Pardon? I insisted on making Lily my best friend that year as Milo accidentally broke my earphones. Age 18? Milo current age? Still Milo? Can we? Okay. What is going on here? Like, this is just a bunch of disjointed words, and I don't know where it's going. Hey, Milo, still not done with your shift? I want a double espresso, no sugar. Oh, no, you don't. I'm not letting you drink that every single waking moment. He shakes his head and notes it down with his little My Little Pony pen caramel latte. I'm sure that this goes for fraud. That's not fraud. Wait, okay, legitimately, are we just throwing in words here with no regards for what they mean? What's going on here? It's not fraud if you're getting it for free anyway. I can't remember the last time you had to pay here. After Milo hands me the caramel latte, I yank it away and stick my tongue out at him. I rethought my actions on how I was getting this for free. But I need the caffeine, Milo! Thanks. Even though this isn't what I asked for. And why is the barista even letting this happen? I wanted my double espresso. How did it come this fast? Grown-up Lion just learned how to express gratitude and is running away again. Should I be worried, Lion? You never rush when it's about me. I don't even know you! I literally ran to get here. Uh-huh. Totally. He drawls, the corner of his mouth twitching like he is forcing himself not to frown. You've been talking about Riley a lot lately, you know? Was he the reason why I had to wait for so long? He's cute. Not gonna lie, but I think he's really cute. Milo holds his hands to his head, as if he is having a headache. He stares at me, face filled with disappointment. Are you serious? He could be a serial killer for all you know. Where did this come from? We're in the same class. Like he sits two seats away from me. Bro. Well, he's cute. Like most other serial killers, except for the ones that are not. Anyway, my shift's over. Let's go. When were you working? You are clearly in your college outfit right now. Go where? I ask, frowning as he comes out from behind the counter. The park. He slips his hands into his hoodie pocket. You've been stressing too much lately. A walk will do you good. And before you argue, I am not taking no for an answer. He already holds the door open for me, so I sigh and follow him out. Why am I just going along with this? I could just walk out of this, at any point. He's not making a good case for himself. 15 minutes later, and we're strolling through Green Hollow Park. The late afternoon sun casts long shadows, and a crisp breeze nips at my cheeks. I clutch my latte, its warmth seeping through my gloves, while Milo walks beside me, walking close enough that our arms almost brush. I miss this place. You literally work 2 minutes away from here. I raise an eyebrow. It's not the same, he replies, nudging me gently. I miss those times, back when we were kids. I'd love to forget about college. Project deadlines, group projects, professors, all that stuff. Oh, and that blondie who's trying to take all your attention. I snort. Why was he acting so emotional all of a sudden? What's gotten into him? Also, this... Wait, that was supposed to be emotional? I guess. I guess. Milo, you're being ridiculous. I see you every day. Yeah, but it's different now. You don't tell me everything that's going on in your life. Well, not anymore, at least. Milo, what do you want me to say? He taps his fingers. Well, you could have mentioned that little art block you went through. When? What? How How would you even know that? Relax. He stops walking abruptly and reaches into his pocket, pulling out a small crumpled photo. Look what I found the other day. The photo itself is pretty worn out, faded by the passage of time. I recognize it immediately. It's a picture of us as kids, sitting on a blanket in this very same park. Yeah, I was grinning, holding an already melting popsicle. Meanwhile, little Milo had other plans, holding a water balloon behind his back with the same mischievous glint in his eye that I've got to know over the years. Oh my gosh, I remember this. You soaked me right after this was taken. Are we not going to address the elephant in the room? Okay, what is this about an art block? It was mildly hinted like earlier on with Riley. But like this, I feel like that wasn't exactly established whatsoever. Like, how is it that these Yanderes, like supposed Yanderes, okay, allegedly, okay, know more about the character than we know about the character? Like, what's going on? I'm losing my goddamn mind. He screamed so loud, he scared all the pigeons away. You were so mad, I thought you'd never talk to me again. I didn't. You bribed me with another popsicle. Guilty as charged. I remember using your allowance money for that, though. We reach a bench by the pond, and Milo sits down first, patting the spot next to him. I hesitate before joining him. He hands me a photo, his expression unusually soft. Milo's gaze lingers on me, his green eyes darkening slightly. Lion, you've been so distracted lately. Your art, your classes, him. I just wanted to remind you that I'm still here. That I always will be. Milo, I don't know where you're trying to go with this. You don't have to say anything. He cuts in smoothly, his smile returning, but it doesn't quite reach his eyes. I just want you to take care of yourself and to remember that some people care more than others. For a moment, the air between us feels heavy. I glance away, my cheeks heating under his gaze. Thanks, Milo. You're like my personal therapist, you know that? He chuckles, leaning back against the bench. And you're like my full-time job, but I don't mind. I like keeping an eye on you. We walk in the park for a couple more minutes until the sun starts to go down. We have been strolling on the sidewalks for so long, and with very few people around, only the sun notifies us of the time. I check the watch on my wrist. I think it's time I go. Your roommate's not there, right? Wanna crash at my place instead? I lean backward, clearly showing my refusal. After all the trouble you went through to get me such a roommate, I'm just gonna pass. I'll be at my dorm. I, like most people, have had my fair share of roommates. Most of the time I've relied on Milo or some other friends to share a room together. I was known to be the chill but energetic type of roomie, but someone they could have fun with. I like to think they were all decent people. When I asked the resident assistant about having a roommate during my first year in university, they claimed that, I could have my own room, as Milo had requested. However, this year, with the dorms filled to the brim with freshmen, I was made to share my room with a guy named Anthony. And I'm pretty sure by now he's the strangest one out of them all. He truly goes beyond the definition of a weirdo. He often disappears randomly for days. Matter of fact, he only ever shows up at the most random times. Ding ding. A familiar tune snaps me out of my train of thoughts. I'm currently sitting at home, taking my well-deserved rest, when suddenly I get a call. Speak of the devil, it's Anthony. I pick up the call. You've never called me before. What's up with the sudden change? I hear the sounds rustling, and then a low murmur coming up. Open the door. Don't freak out. There are only a couple words, but somehow it still gets me utterly puzzled. Huh? Care to elaborate? Just do it, please. I carefully leave the comfort of our sofa and stand in front of the door. I sigh, preparing myself for whatever Anthony has to tell me. I slowly opened it, only to hear someone running out of breath, huffing out air. Well, this is a good look on you! I can't believe what my eyes are seeing. Crimson red liquid covers Anthony's whole frame, who just happens to wear a white suit. He notices me staring and wipes most of it off his suit, just enough for it to not drip all over the floor. I inspect the man who stands in front of me, covered in blood, and to make it worse, I don't know who it could belong to. Anthony, who now resembles a gangster, is washing the filthy floor with my knockoff Hello Kitty mop. He glances at me once again. His eyes lock onto mine as he kneels down to clean one more spot. I'm sorry. You're being awfully polite today. I shoot a smirk at Anthony as laughing ensues. I'm not even sure why I'm laughing. Is it the fact that this whole situation was hilarious to me, or is it because all the blood had started making me go hysterical? He throws himself onto the sofa, closing his eyes as he tries to have some rest. He would have stayed that way for the whole night, his whole body sprawled all over, but he felt as if I burned a hole in his clothes as I stared. He opens his eyes slowly, one at a time, fluttering as the fluorescent dorm lights hit him like a flashbang. Lion, I'm fine. He gestures to his suit, pointing at the red stains that has yet to be washed off. These aren't mine. Well, not most of them. What do you mean, most of them? He makes a face that's supposed to make himself look sorry, but to me, he just looks even more pissed off. Relax. It's nothing serious. Come on. You've seen me like this before. I cross my arms, looking directly in his eyes. I, being a little too investigative, had found out about his illegal activities right when we started living together. Personally, I thought it was great. I mean, now I wouldn't have to worry about our safety, as he could protect both of us. Or that's what I believe he'd do. Besides, it's not like we don't get along. He's nice, and there's also the fact that he isn't loud at all. Are you hearing yourself? You literally just came back with injuries from God knows where. It's tomato sauce. You were just saying that they're Bro, you can't just switch it up like that. I blink in disbelief. Did he really just say that? Or were all those sleepless nights finally catching up to me? Tomato sauce? Tomato sauce. It's from work. My colleague crashed into me and spilled it all over. He points vaguely at his shirt, acting as if it could explain why he looked like an extra from a low-budget action movie. I try really hard to pretend that I haven't noticed how bad he was stuttering. I'm sorry, but I am really not that dumb. Anthony shrugs, kicking his feet up onto the coffee table. Apparently, he was giving up on actually trying to explain himself to me. Oh gee, I wonder why. I frown, grabbing my stuff that's scattered on the sofa while Anthony continues to take up even more space. He shoots up a brow, glaring at me from where he lays. Why don't you just stay? Are you that scared of me? Yeah, I'm afraid I may ask questions I don't want the answers to. Besides, I gotta study. God, it's like you really can't mind your own business. You're suspicious. That's all. Just go away already. He attempts to close his eyes again, but the way he talked to you didn't sit right with him at all. He sits up one last time, backing down on his own words. Lion, wait. You can stay. Do whatever you want. I don't care. I leave the living room, ignoring Anthony's distant voice. While I head to my room, I reminisce about how this place was when I first came. Originally, it was a little too cramped for my taste, but I'd like to say that I did an outstanding job of transforming it into what I had always dreamed of having. It went from being just a dusty abandoned closet to a fully decorated paradise. After all, this is where I'd be living for the next couple of years. I sure would have to make this feel like home. I feel the bed that had seen me at my worst. My eyelids feel heavy just from looking at it. God, I just want to lie on it and drift off to sleep. But I knew that wasn't an option. Not yet. What should I do now? Scroll through socials, study, take a nap. I'm gonna study. I can't let myself go down like this. Step out of it. Pick up your books and study, for God's sake. I settle on my desk, carefully flipping through the pages of my textbook. There weren't any tests scheduled, but you just can't be too calm with professors whose favorite part of the day is assigning surprise exams. My voice hangs low as I read the first line in the unit we were having in class earlier in the day. The interplay of light and shadow in Baroque art not only emphasizes... Why? I guess I'll scroll through socials. I deserve a rest. 10 minutes won't hurt. I flump onto my bed, promising myself that I wouldn't spend too much time on it. I turn on my phone and click on the first app I see. Then I proceed to scroll mindlessly through multiple cat videos, much to my heart's content, which now that I think about it, I probably look like a maniac laughing at seemingly nothing. Okay, I take a nap. I'm completely wasted. This day has left me absolutely exhausted. Hell, I feel as if any kind of remaining energy I held in my body dissipated as soon as I entered the room. I limp as I make my way to my bed, promptly face planting into a pillow. I black out, letting myself sleep for at least an hour or two. The sun has finally set, everything around me slowly being eaten up by darkness as I contemplate how the day has gone by. The overbearing silence of the growing night, rudely interrupted by a peculiar sound. I promptly sit up, trying to find out where it's coming from exactly. Ding ding ding. It's my phone. Why do I bother? I say to myself, glaring at the phone screen. I turn it off in an instant, laying back down on my bed. Ding ding ding. Really? Oh, come on, I just want some sleep. I groan, hesitating to do anything. My back aches from all those sudden movements. This is what I get for not working out as much as I should, or at least that's what my mom would say if she saw me like this. Besides, what app can possibly make that much noise? I swear, I haven't downloaded anything shady. In a while, at least. Huh? Strange. It was just an email. I definitely should toggle Gmail's notifications off, because what the actual hell was that? I mean, it's their fault for not letting me sleep. I focus my gaze on the screen one more time, it flashing a pretty saturated pink. It seems as if it were designed by a 5th grader. Typical. I shut it off again, setting it onto the table next to me. Okay, shut up! The mysterious email begins to repeat the same tune. It's almost ear-grating up to this point. Why won't you shut up? I yell out in frustration, wanting to throw that damn phone out the nearest window. My eyes widen as I scroll down my unread emails. I eventually catch something, a small fragment of text highlighted by Gmail itself. I've won the lottery? I pinched myself on my cheek to test if I was dreaming, finally realizing that it was in fact real. Is it too good to be true? How the hell would I know? Really? I scoff, reading through the text that had caused such a ruckus. Why am I saying all this out loud? Dear Lion, you have been chosen as the lucky winner of the superpower lottery. As per the rising use of technology, this superpower will only be available to use on your phone. The download will start automatically once you open this email. Before using it, here are some important details to take note of. That is straight up a virus! Why am I letting this happen? Power Heart's Echo. The ability to perceive who is so in love with you that they will consider murder for your sake. That is a shit power! Also, it may give you a rundown of your target stats. The superpower lottery decided to come to a close once you joined, as we knew you were the one. We hope this email finds you well. If you have any inquiries or any questions, you may not call us. We're mysterious, just like that. Ha! Scam, scam, scam. The words blast in all corners of my head. Like I'd ever fall for something like this. I've got some common sense, you know. You didn't have the common sense when you signed up for this shit, man. Plus, no one has ever confessed to me before. Who on earth would murder for my sake? That's ridiculous. My eyes wander aimlessly at my screen. The download will start automatically once you open this email. I mumble as my vision focuses. Oh God, what have I gotten myself into? Are you stupid? I quickly close Gmail and agitatedly look through every single page on my home screen. Heart Echo. The bright pink icon stuck out like a sore thumb. Might as well check it out, I guess. Okay, legitimately, like you say, you're not dumb enough to fall for a scam. After you fell for a scam, and then like after you're like, oh no, I'm not that dumb, you opened a fucking app. What is wrong with you? No. Welcome, Lion. Thank you for choosing Heart Echo. Below's the list of those who would commit murder just for you. What do you mean unknown? I feel like this. What do you mean? Ranked from most obsessed to sane. Milo's totally behind this, isn't he? That's the first thought that comes to mind, trying to find a logically sound reason for this nonsense. Who else could it be? Mom? I don't think so. Liam? I tried coming up with anything at this point, my sanity slowly slipping away as I reconsider any possible culprits. Also, okay, look, even if all this was real, the fact that it just can't clock the third person just absolutely sucks. This is a shit power. Why would anyone want this? I thought we had a choice. Nah, not a chance. My mind keeps rambling for a while. It feels so odd. Am I dreaming? Nah, I already had pinched myself. I scrambled to open Twitter, frantically looking up any accounts by the name of the Superpower Lottery, and there it is. This year's Superpower Lottery has finally come to a close. We extend a heartfelt thanks to everyone who willingly took part in such an event. Please make sure to check your emails. Instructions have already been sent. Oh, no. This can't be real. Who is unknown? Matter of fact, does this mean Milo has a crush on me? Is this why Riley's been staring at me all week? Anthony. Well, I'm sure he'd do something like that, but why is he in last place? Isn't that the same guy who comes in drenched in blood? I should stop thinking about this. I stay right in the same spot in my bed, sweat dripping down my chin. Is this... What could I have done in my past lives to deserve this? I buried my face in my plushies, shutting my eyes to finally drift to sleep. Huh. Pancakes, I mumble, slowly sitting up in my bed. What time is it? I reach for my phone, blinking slowly as my eyes readjust to the sunlight seeping through my blinds. Lion, wake up. You're late for class. I think. Made your pancakes. He yells from the kitchen. Yeah, okay, that was supposed to be yelling. I slap myself awake and run over, witnessing Anthony while he sits down to eat. I sit across from him to have breakfast as well, just like we'd done for quite a while. I take in the view of the man that stands in front of me. I mean, the pancakes that stands right in front of me. The maple syrup making the pancakes shine as if they were from a commercial. My hands sleep to dig into the man. The food! I'm starting to drool. I need to act fast. My fork stabs at the soft golden brown pile, taking a huge chunk of it. I chew slowly, making sure to savor every last piece of it. I look back up at Anthony, who patiently nibbles on his food. Oh, God, this is good. Last night's memory suddenly flooded to my brain. Alright, I've won some kind of lottery? I had to make sure that whatever happened last night was actually true. I was determined to do anything to prove it. I lock my gaze with his before putting another huge chunk of pancakes in my mouth. Hey, Anthony, let's say I hypothetically get hurt. What would you do? Anthony pauses mid-bite, his fork hovering in the air as his dark eyes shoot up to meet my unnerving gaze. His expression's almost unreadable for a couple of seconds. And to my own surprise, he just smiles. The corner of his mouth twitches at my words. Is he enjoying this? It depends. What are you talking about? Let me think. Physical? Emotional? Someone saying your outfit's fugly. My shoulders tense up at his response. I awkwardly chuckle, trying to play off what I said as a joke. You know, silly questions. I don't like violence, but if it happened, I'll make sure they regret it. I'm sure it'll never happen, though. Right, Lion? I see the room slowly close in on me. Breathing becoming more of a struggle as the seconds pass. I feel the air running out of my lungs as if I were choking. I manage to cough out an anxious chuckle, my fingers gripping the tablecloth. It's good to know I've got someone by my side. Yeah, don't worry about it. Is anyone giving you troubles? No, nothing like that, Anthony. His expression leaves no room for doubt. Anthony's clearly concerned about me, and the way he looks at me while we're eating shows me that perfectly. Tell me if anything happens. I'll deal with it. Later that morning, I meet up with Riley in the art studio. The sunlight filters through the tall windows, bathing the room in a soft light. He's already there, sleeves rolled up, sketching on a large canvas. His golden hair catches the light, giving him an almost ethereal glow. Hey, you made it. He doesn't look up, a small smile playing on his lips. I set my bag down, suddenly nervous. Yeah, sorry I'm late. Riley looks up then, his sharp blue eyes locking onto mine. You're not late. I just like being early. He gestures to the seat beside him, and I hesitate before sitting. So, flowers, huh? I'm guessing you haven't had time to think much about our project yet. I have. Sorta. Just not a lot. Riley laughed softly, the sound surprisingly warm. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. We work in silence for a while, but I can't stop sneaking glances at him. He looks so focused, so confident in what he's doing. I, on the other hand, feel completely out of my depth. After a while, Riley breaks the silence. You okay? You seem distracted. We spend the rest of the afternoon researching symbolism in flowers, and Riley's enthusiasm is contagious. He has this way of looking at art that makes even the simplest details feel profound. You know, you remind me of this flower. He blinks. What? I shrug, a soft smile on my lips. Strong, vibrant, hard to ignore. His cheeks heat up, and he quickly looks away. You really think so? I do. My voice is quiet, but certain. When the session finally ends, Riley reaches into his bag and pulls out a small notebook. Here, take this. It's got some notes and sketches I made for our project. Maybe it'll help if you get stuck. The day passes in a blur. My class is offering a little distraction from the chaos spinning in my head. By the time I returned to my dorm that evening, I was exhausted, but still restless. My phone buzzes with a call from Milo. I hurriedly pick it up. Parked again? You seem a little off lately. Sure, usual spot. Under the soft glow of the streetlights, Milo is already waiting on the bench when I arrive. He has a cup of coffee in one hand and his usual lopsided grin on his face. You look like you haven't slept. His tone is teasing, but his eyes are full of concern. Thanks. Just what I needed to hear. He chuckles, but the humor quickly fades. Seriously, Lion, what's going on? You've been distant. I glance at him. My heart is sinking. Milo has always been able to read me too well, and now with the app's results fresh in my mind, I feel like I'm walking a tightrope. How am I supposed to act normal when he is literally ranked at the top of a list of people willing to kill for me? Yeah, I've just been stressed about school. You know how it is. Milo studies me for a long moment, then nods slowly. Yeah, if you say so. The silence that follows is almost uncomfortable, save for the nagging thoughts in my head. Finally, I blurt out. Milo, do you think it's weird to, I don't know, be willing to do extreme things for someone you care about? His brow furrows. What kind of extreme things are we talking about? I hesitate. Like fighting for them, protecting them, that sort of thing. Milo's expression softens and he leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees. I think if you care about someone enough, you do whatever it takes to keep them safe. That's not weird, that's just love. The words hang in the air between us, heavy and unspoken for so long that it almost feels foreign. My chest tightens, and I look away, staring at the darkened trees. Right. Love. Milo straightens, his gaze still fixed on me. Lion, is there something you're not telling me? I sigh and shake my head. It's nothing, just got a lot on my mind. Okay. His voice is quiet, but his eyes tell me he doesn't believe me. When I arrive home, I immediately look through my notes, not on subjects I have to study, but about the 4 people listed in Heart's Echo. I crossed off the unnamed person and tried to focus on the others. Milo, my protective childhood friend. Riley, my shy project partner. Anthony, my closed-off roommate. The name that intrigues me the most is... honestly. Oh, come the hell on! Well, screw you then, game! None of them! The night feels colder than usual. I shiver as I unlock my dorm room, stepping inside and letting the door click shut behind me. The space is dimly lit by the glow of my desk lamp, the unfinished sketches scattered across my desk, serving as a reminder of my own frustrations. A sigh escapes me as I shrug off my coat. It's been a long day. Then there's a knock. A familiar one. I hesitate before opening the door, already knowing who I'll find. Milo? Milo stands there, hands tucked into his pocket, An easy smile on his lips, but there's something off about it. Something tight. Milo, what are you doing here? Thought I'd check on you. I told you, I'm fine. Milo hums, stepping inside without waiting for an invitation. He moves like he belongs here, like this isn't the first time he's let himself into my space. Yeah, you say that. He glances around the room, eyes trailing over my unfinished sketches, my books, the crumpled papers I've tossed aside. His expression is unreadable, but there's something calculating in the way his fingers tap against his leg. Milo, I just want to sleep. I appreciate you checking in, but I'm fine. You've been saying that a lot lately. He closes the door behind him. You're fine. You're busy. You're distracted. The weight of his gaze presses against me, his usual warmth gone, replaced by something colder. Too distracted to notice when people are looking out for you. My stomach twists. Milo, I chose no one. What do you want from me? Do you ever think about how much I do for you? His voice is quiet, controlled. I make time for you. I listen to you. I care about you more than anyone else will, but you. He tilts his head slightly, his eyes darkening. You always find someone else to talk to. That is not. It is. He sighs, shaking his head as if he's disappointed in me. I hate seeing you waste your time on people who don't actually care. Something about the way he says it makes my skin prickle. Milo, you're my best friend, but you're scaring me right now. For a moment, he just stares at me. Then he smiles, that familiar, easygoing smile, the one that usually puts me at ease. I'm sorry. He reaches into his coat pocket, pulling out something small, a bottle. Brought us something. What? He sets it down on my desk, unscrewing the cap with practiced ease. I thought we could have one last drink together. My heart pounds against my ribs. Milo, what the hell is that? Relax. It'll just make things easier. He pours the liquid into 2 cups, his movements calm, deliberate. The scent that fills the air is bitter, chemical, poison. Nope! I take a step back, but he grabs my wrist. Not tight enough to hurt, just enough to keep me still. I told you, didn't I? His voice is barely above a whisper. Some people care more than others. He presses a cup into my hands, and I care more than anyone else ever will. The room feels smaller, the air feels thinner. My pulse is a frantic drum in my ears as I look into his eyes, searching for some sign of the friend I've always known. Milo raises his cup, waiting for me to do the same. Drink, Lion. Okay. Anyway, that was knee deep. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And do let me know in the comments if you want me to come back when the full game is released. It shouldn't be too hard for me to go through like the various routes since it splits off like at that very end screen. I will have to say though, like the writing did get better towards the end. Admittedly, it was rough on day 1. There were like so many problems, but like day 2 was better. And like I feel like the bad end scene was fairly well written. And I do hope the developer does continue to improve as they continue to make more games. But in the meantime, hey, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.